Cardi B and Offset going at it online. Would you ever be in a situation where you would go at it with your baby's father, go back and forth like, I mean, the vitriol, going back and forth, and he's saying this and she's saying that. He's saying that you with this old boy when you were pregnant, and she like, and well, and Cardi slick at the mouth.
Listen, slick at the mouth, right? So, I would never do that. Now, I never did that.
Right.
No, me and Rome, we done had our days, our arguments. You know, my son's father, I've never gone back and forth with him online. Hell no. Never ever want to do that. Because at the end of the day, it's still us.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, we still got this child, you know? So I got to deal with you, you know? Now, this the thing. I think Offset was doing him. He knew Cardi, he just knew that he had her. He knew she would never leave. He knew the things to do to get her back.
Buy 2 Birkins, buy 3 Birkins, buy a Rose.
He might be good for like a couple weeks or a couple months, and then you back out there doing what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yes,
but then when she started moving on, that baby couldn't take that.
Yeah.
Now, he be upset. Yeah. He be upset when even like.
Now what they call him now? They call him upset.
Yeah, absolutely. He be upset when certain people take Cardi's side, because I think he feels like it's a side y'all not saying. Y'all ain't saying this, y'all ain't saying but we seeing what you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? We see you, and then we also hear Cardi tells us everything.
Everything.
That's why I said she don't even need to be up here. She tell us everything anyway. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You know, like, and we see what you, and we see she also loves you.
Right.
And she loved you through a lot of things that you put her through too.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, Cardi's a lover. We obviously know that. And so, you know, she just wanted to be happy, and she tried to make that happen several times, but it don't always work out like that.
Can social media ruin a relationship?
Hell yeah. Yes, it can, because then you don't live for the other person anymore. You start living for the validation of others. You know what I mean? You start trying to pay attention to, you start trying to fit the mold of other people who
what they think you should
you don't even know what they got going on. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to please too many people, and you're trying to look perfect in front of too many people. That's why I will say this, and I don't care who get mad at me. I love Kirk and Rashida from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Okay.
That is a perfect example of a marriage going through everything, and a marriage standing every test and fighting through it and actually getting through it. And that's partnership right there. That's work.
How long in the relationship before we stop sending our representative out? Is it a month? Is it 6 months? Is it a year? Because we know we got to send the representative.
Damn right. Look, what you see is what you get now. Earlier on, look, I used to talk different when I used to be like, yeah, like, so, like, what do you think? Like, no, I've always listened to that song. Like, and then that would be my representative for the first 30 days. Then I'd be like, what you talking about? Like, what you mean? Oh, yeah, no, I never said that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
yes.
Yo, and then by the time the 30 days, the representative is gone, they already in love with me, so boom.
But
you know what I mean?
You got it.
But yeah.
But you followed the false pretenses.
That's right. That's why I had to stop doing that. That's why I had to stop doing that. That ain't good for nobody. Don't send a representative. What you see is what you get. They're gonna love you for you, or they not. And that's how you know.
I had Cheryl Underwood on a couple of weeks ago, and she said the man, no matter how much he makes, should be the head of the house, and the woman should be willing to follow his lead. Where are you on that?
She said the man should. The
man, whether or not he makes the most money, the man is the head of the house.
Okay. I see that. I see it. I get it. I get it. I think everything is so different in these times.
Yes.
Everything is different.
Women, y'all ain't buying that. Y'all, yeah. See, I'm seeing. You know, you tried to come up with a way that you can get you can rock with that position, but you ain't there yet.
Yeah. Now listen. Well, now I'm gonna set it straight. Wow. I love to be led.
Yes.
I love a man that leads. You know, I love a man with a purpose. You know what I mean? A man that I can learn from. I still see myself as equal in the household. I make decisions, he makes decisions. You know what I mean? With my fiance, he makes decisions, I make decisions. It's not him alone by himself. You know?
Yes.
And that's fine. You know, he has his own company and he makes his own money and everything, but still.
You got to have some say.
Yes. And that's what it is. Now, how old is Cheryl Underwood?
Cheryl is probably a year older than me.
Yeah, okay. So I understand, though, in that era of her coming up, and you know,
that's how it
it's different. It's different times, you know, but things have evolved.
But see, Jess, the problem that I got with you women today, y'all want tradition without doing traditional things. Y'all want to be flowers and y'all want this type of what your mom and your grandma, what they experience, but y'all don't do none of that.
Shh.
Y'all ain't cooking.
Who?
Y'all ain't cooking.
Who?
Y'all ain't. Oh, you see what you're saying? I want some say too. My grandma ain't have no say in the house.
She didn't?
Hell no.
That's crazy. You need to talk to your grandfather about that.
No, Barney Porter wasn't playing that.
Now, I get what you're saying. See, my grandmother shot her husband, so
you know what I mean? She had a lot of faith.
You're damn right she had. She said, hold up, what you say it was? What it's gonna be? All right, that's like shot him in his butt. Don't play with it. All right, so it's different over here.
It is
right now. I cook.
Yes.
I clean. I take care of my children.
Okay.
So does he. He cooks. He cleans. He works. He takes care of our children. He treats my son like that's his son. And of course.
And he take care of you.
Yes, he does. And I take care of him right back.
Okay.
You know, I scratch his back, he scratch mine. I'm getting on my knees. I'm sitting on his face. And all of that. All of that. Please. That's right. We both cleaning. We both don't. That's why I said we are both leading our household.
Right.
Now, he's leading me in other ways.
Right.
But in a household, it's both.
So it's so this relationship.
King and a queen.
50-50. So you got say, he got say.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right, man. That's what it is.
I like that.
Yeah.
How did you know Chris was the guy?
Man, I'm going to be very honest with you. When I first met him, I was like, look, it's just going to be a nice little smash buddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I met him. But it led to this, where I am right now. Man, I met him February 23rd, 2023. I was just finishing up a co-hosting day at Breakfast Club. This was a year before I got the position. And I met him, and he's a truck driver, so he was on a stop. And I went to a restaurant, and I'm flirting with him and everything, and he wasn't really paying me no mind. So I'm like... Did
he know who you were?
Yeah, he did. But he thought that... Like, he was like, I don't want to be a part of no roast battle. Like, I don't even... That's the thing. People are intimidated. Guys are intimidated by me because they feel like, you know...
You gonna try to clown them.
That's right. And so he just was like, oh, God, this girl, nah. So I asked him, did he want to drink? He's like, nah, I don't drink. I was like, okay, you want an edible? I was feeling good. I was passing out, you know. Right. And he was like, nah, I don't do any of that, you know. And I'm like, okay, cool. So...
You're like... Ninja, what you do?
Yeah, what do you do? You know, he was like, I drink wine with dinner, but I'm like, so why are you at the bar? Then why are you at the bar if you're not drinking? He said, because I'm grown. I was like, all right, don't do too much. You know, don't get sassy on me, you know. So I'm drinking and everything, and then we talk, and I'm still picking with him. I made him laugh, and that's when he cracked. And then he started engaging more, and I didn't realize how drunk I was until I got up and went to the bathroom. I was like, damn, I'm drunk. I got to get out of here. So on my way back to the seat, he was like, hey, before I leave, I wanted to know if I could take you out. Would you let me take you out? And I was like, oh, now you want to know. And I'm all drunk. And I'm like, now you want to know, but I would have been. And so I'm falling all around. And he was like, he helped me and everything. And he was like, I'm going to just put my number in your phone because you probably ain't going to be able to do it. And then he took a couple days, waited a few days. Then he hit me up and he asked me, could he take me out? And the first date we went on, I never left him since then. We never, ever. Like, I swear I was like, I'm going to just sleep with him. And he going to be somebody.
Oh, the first day?
Yeah.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because you know we like to do something before two something.